Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Alton High School, where we have our third game of this triple header here on senior night. It's the Varsity boys versus the Van Buren Bulldogs. I'm Ryan Deckard, and I'm here with Ryan Deckard as my co-commentator, and we're going to bring you some basketball action here tonight.
It's been a fun night so far. Comets coming away with the victories in both the junior varsity boys matchup and that varsity Lady Comet matchup a moment ago. That was a fun game. Kind of back and forth there, but Comets ultimately pulled away with it. Rumor has it the Van Buren boys are going to be a tough matchup for our boys tonight.
They sure are. They are 14-7, the record entering into tonight, coming off a win against Steelville, who, if you guys pay attention to Class 3 basketball, Steelville is good, and they only beat them by 6, so it is going to be a very tough matchup for the 7-14 Comets. We'll have our starting lineups introduced here. Right now, Elijah Van Wagner, the senior, is going to lead off here on the lineups. Bryce Hawkins, the junior, will also be starting for the Bulldogs. Then you'll have Carter Freeze, a sophomore. Nathan Smith, a senior. And Hayes Townsley, a junior. That's your starting five for the Van Buren Bulldogs. And here is your starting five for your Alton Comets.
The starting lineup for your Alton Comets. Starting at guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 1,
Hayden Willard, your sophomore for the Comets, as your starter at guard.
Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 5, Andrew Trentham.
Our other guard and the senior, Andrew Trentham.
Starting at forward, a 6'0" senior, number 13, Kagan Hollis.
Kagan Hollis, your other
Starting
senior.
at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 15, Jaden Cisco.
And your third senior,
and starting at guard, a
Jaden Cisco.
6'1"
And then
senior,
here he
number
is,
34,
Cole Trentham, back after the injury. We know he was out for several weeks of this season.
It's good to see the seniors getting the start tonight for all. We had a couple in there we don't normally see in the starting lineup, but it is senior night, and I'm looking forward to watching them play. So here we are. We're about ready to go. Jaden Cisco going to tip it off with Nathan Smith. Both of them on senior night, and we've got ourselves a packed house. Student sections full, and we're ready for another night of basketball.
So here we go. The Comets win the tip-off, and it's going to go to Jaden Cisco, but the whistle is blown for the foul. Or, excuse me, I don't know what they just called.
I thought they may have called a backcourt, but that's just a speculation. Boy, that's tough in that jump ball situation.
So Van Buren with possession. These Comets are 7-14, the record, coming off of a loss to Winona. The shot from 3 is good.
That's Carter Freeze, the sophomore.
So we open up this ball game with a three-pointer from Freeze, and the Van Buren Bulldogs strike first here on senior night. The Comets trying to answer from the three-pointer. That one is out of bounds. It was a pass from Trentham to Trentham, and Trentham couldn't quite get it. It went out of bounds, and the Bulldogs will have possession. Bryce Hawkins is going to take it down across the half court. He's really good, been really good this year for the Bulldogs, as well as his other fellow senior, Elijah Van Wagner and Nathan Smith. That shot from number 10, Nathan Smith, is good.
Comets a little soft inside on the defensive end. Going to have to tighten that up a little bit.
So quickly down 5-0 here in the first quarter. The shot from Cole Trantham's no good. That one rebounded by Kagan Hollis. Hollis trying to find somebody open. He finds Trentham over to Cisco, into Trentham. Trentham from the mid-range jumper. No good. Rebounded by Trentham. Over to Willard outside. He finds Cole Trentham. Cole Trentham goes back to Willard. Trentham gets blocked by Elijah Van Wagner. And that's going to be Van Buren ball. He takes it down the court. That is good for 2 points, and that's Hayes Townsley And a whistle blown. This could be a timeout called by Alton as they are down 7-0 with a minute and a half into this first quarter.
Yeah, Van Buren's looking pretty strong in the opening minute and a half of this one. Comets little soft there on the defensive end. Did a good job getting some offensive rebounds on that possession momentarily ago, but man, I tell you what, Van Buren looks very solid here in the early going. I kind of got a kick out of this rebound on this end. It was kind of two seniors, kind of a combination of Jaden Cisco and Kagan Hollis kind of both got that rebound. I think Jaden saved it from going out of bounds, and then Kagan secured it. But either way, we're down 7-0 here in the early going, so quick start by Van Buren. And the Comets will inbound it. Willard brings it up court, and Ryden, the last time you and I called a game together, I believe Willard went off for 30-some points. So let's hope that we have another.
And there's three from him.
Speaking of Caden Willard, there's his first three. So hopefully a good omen for him as the Comets get on the board. Oh, that's a wild shot.
I think Van Wagner got that blocked by Clary, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think he just went off the because if it had been out on us, they'd have got the ball back, but it bounced up over the backboard.
So Van Wagner with a little bit too high of a shot as Townsley knocks that one out of bounds. It'll still be Comet basketball. Let's take a look. Yesterday we had the release of the Class 2 District 2 bracket and seeding. Your Van Buren Bulldogs got the number 2 seed, and then the Comets got the 5th seed. So as you can already tell, definitely a big difference in seeding this district through these both teams. Willard takes it from 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Van Wagner. He gets it down to Smith. Smith takes it up. He's going to drive the shot, and that one's no good. That was rebounded by Willard, but a foul was called on the floor.
And that's going to be on Van Buren. That was 33, I believe, was the call. That's his first foul. So Hayes Townsley. Willard over to Clary. Clary dribbles inside to Corbin Tharp. He's pushed, no call. He's double teamed. Over to Cisco. It's stripped by Van Buren. And that's Van Wagner, Elijah Van Wagner.
Smith tries to find it open. He's fouled by Corbin Tharp. I believe that was Tharp. It may have been Cisco, actually. I think that was Jaden Cisco. That'll be his first foul.
And what's frustrating there, Ryan, I thought Corbin Tharp was playing that defensively very well. I don't think he needed Cisco to come in there and help out. But unfortunately, he got a little overzealous and jumped in there. But Corbin Tharp was playing him perfectly defensively. Either way.
Definitely a frustrating call if you're a Comet. 9-3 our score, just 3 minutes in to this first quarter. Clary gets it into Cisco. Cisco takes a shot. And
that's a nice shot there.
Cisco was open. He found a good opportunity, and he gets the 2 points. So it's a 4-point lead for the Van Buren Bulldogs. And the Comets are starting to crawl into this one. That one's knocked out of bounds. I think that was last touch by Cisco. That's how they're going to call it, at least. So Bryce Hawkins is going to inbound for the Bulldogs. He gets it over.
Ruddy, nice deflection there, but that's going to be out of bounds. Comet ball. I thought it might have been deflected by Ruddy, but apparently not, as the ref says it's off Van Buren. So Willard brings it up for the Comets. 9-5 here as we approach the halfway mark of the first quarter. Over to Clary. Tharp positioned in. Oh, and he loses it. And that's going the other way. He had a good opportunity there, just couldn't handle the basketball.
So an unfortunate play there for Tharp, and it's going to be back in the hands of the Bulldogs. Bryce Hawkins gets over to Townsley to Freeze, and then back over to Hawkins. Hawkins back to Freeze. Freeze is going to take a 3. That one no good. Rebounded by Caden Willard. They're going to fight for it on the floor. That went right to Ruddy, and they're going to call a foul. No, jump ball.
I really wish they wouldn't call it jump ball when it's in one person's hands. I understand the jump ball rule, but it gets a little ridiculous at times. And that, in my mind, they should have played on. I'm not really sure why they blew the whistle.
Well, regardless, it's going to be Comet basketball, and I do agree with you on that. It was in the hands of Willard, and then they get it over to Ruddy. So Comet basketball, Willard has the ball. They're going to try to score. He's going to take a shot, and he's open, and that one falls in for 2 points. It's going to be a 2-point ball game. Van Buren still up ahead, 9-7. A little over halfway through this first quarter. Hawkins over to Freeze. Freeze gets the shot up. That one's no good. That one rebounded by Tharp. Good job by Tharp to be
Very
there.
nice rebound. Very nice. Clary brings it up court now. Over to Willard in the corner. He's going baseline out to Ruddy, other side of the court, and that's good for 3. Nice assist by Willard and the 3 by Jacob Ruddy, and the Comets have their first lead of the night.
Hawkins gets it over to Freeze. Freeze to Townsley. Townsley answers with a 3 of his own. So it's a 12-10 ball game as the Van Buren Bulldogs take back that 2-point lead.
Boy, it's back and forth here in the early going. Clary's going to take the shot. Tharp with the rebound. He out-rebounds 3 other defenders, and he gets it and the foul. So he's going to go to the line for a potential 3-point play. Outstanding effort there by Corbin Tharp. He gets the rebound, back up. He's got 3 defenders on him. He makes it and the foul. So let's see if he can finish that off here with the free throw, Ryden.
You couldn't plan that any better. That was great. Great rebound by Corbin Tharp. Get the second chance points.
For sure. Missed it on the free throw there. Corbin goes up and just couldn't get there in time. He's lucky he didn't get called for a foul. There was some contact there, but no call, so good for the Comets. Ruddy with another 3. That one's off target. And Van Buren's pressing up the court, and that's too easy. You don't like that. You can't let them have those easy baskets like that. Fast break points.
So we're quickly down to a 4-point game as the Comets are trying to strike back here. Missed opportunity on that last drive. That one's blocked.
Let that one go. Yep, there you go.
Last touch by Van Wagner. It's going to be Comet basketball. Caden Willard to inbound. 16-12 the score. 2:18 left to play in this first quarter.
Are they going to get a Tharp? I thought that's where they would go, and sure enough they did. Maybe some contact, but he gets the 2 points. He loves that left-handed shot.
So Van Buren now up by 2. They're going to take it across the court. Townsley gets it over to Smith. Smith thought about it. He goes over to a new guy. You got Devin DeWolf in the game. They're going to call a foul on Cade Clary. That's going to be Cade Clary's first foul of the game. Second team foul for the Comets. Hawkins going to inbound for the Bulldogs. Hawkins gets it inside to DeWolf. DeWolf goes up with a shot, and that one did not fall. Nathan Smith gets the rebound and the 2 points. So
second chance points. Tharp played that defensively perfect on the first shot, but they got their own rebound, and he was boxed out. Not a lot Tharp could do in that position. Clary
no good on the shot.
Corbin with another rebound. He's stripped away, but it's going to stay right here. Man, I tell you what, he is all over those boards so far. Looks like Cisco's going to take a seat as Trantham comes back in, I believe. Is this his first game back, Ryden?
I believe so, because last game they played was against Winona, and he definitely did not go into that game. Is that one knocked out of bounds by Hayes Townsley? That's going to be Comet basketball. Yeah, this is Cole Trantham's first game back after the injury. He had some ankle issues, I believe. I believe he had a surgery on his foot. Don't quote me on that, but he did have a surgery of some sort, so glad to see him back here on senior night, and they're going to have him back healthy by districts.
Comets need to do a better job taking care of the basketball. There's some sloppy passes. Clary with the jump shot there, and that bounces in.
1 minute to play in this first quarter. Townsley, no good.
We are lucky there. They missed a wide open layup. Boy, I tell you what, again, right in too soft inside there. We are just letting him walk right in and get those layups. And unfortunately, in that situation, I think that was cost Corbin Tharp a foul. He was just in a bad position. He had no choice. So we got to tighten things up here on the defensive end for the Comets. That's a little concerning. Van Buren is too good of a team. We can't just let them walk right in there and make layups all night.
So Carter Freeze is at the line. He misses his first free throw. And he gets the second one in. It's a 19-16 game. Carter Freeze is a 6'2" sophomore for the Bulldogs. So
Van Buren doing some full-court press here, and Tharp's got his triple team. Boy, I tell you what, they are just physical. Very physical.
So that one was knocked out of, or excuse me, that was a foul called on number 24. That's Kendall Crafton of Van Buren. That shot from three, that one's good. And 3 points for Cole Trantham. And I apologize, that was number 22, Devin DeWolf with the foul.
That's a turnover. That's going to be Comet ball. So a little momentum here for the Comets. Let's see if they can get something going here as Trantham's going to take a seat here for a minute.
And I believe that'll be his last few minutes of this game. I don't think he's coming back out with that injury tonight. Who knows, maybe the season, I don't know if that's the
So
season.
maybe limited playing time for senior night, huh?
Yes, sir, probably. That one's missed by Ruddy, rebounded by Van Wagner. Van Wagner to Freeze, Freeze to Hawkins, back to Freeze, inside to Van Wagner. Van Wagner, the shot up is good. 2 points for the Bulldogs, and it's a 21-19 game with just under 10 seconds left. They've got to get it across pretty quick. Kane Willard might have the final shot. That one.
He got fouled.
It's going to be a foul. Coach Black does not like that call. I think they're going to call that foul on Carter Freeze, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's not happy. He's letting the referee have it. Willard with the long shot and no good. And Coach is still letting him have it. Coach Black for Van Buren. He finally walks away. It's probably good for him he did. I don't think he wants to keep that line of conversation going. So it's 21-19 after one quarter. Comets are down by 2.
Looking at this bracket here, the boys will go to Ellington for the Class 2 District 2 tournament starting on February the 24th. The first matchup of the tournament will be East Carter and Alton at 4:30 p.m. And then Van Buren will play the number 7 seed Summersville at 6 o'clock. So definitely be looking out for those games. That'll be February the 24th, your Class 2 District 2 tournament. This will be the first year that the Alton boys will be in Class 2 and quite a few years. I don't remember when the last time we were not in Class 3, but last year and the year before, I know for sure we were Class 3. Unfortunately, in a district with the Thayer Bobcats, now they have correctly classified us, and we are now Class 2 District 2. Hawkins going to start it out for them in this quarter. He goes to Townsley. Townsley being heavily guarded by Cisco. Cisco over to Van Wagner. Van Wagner goes up. The shot is good. And 2 points for Elijah Van Wagner. And it's a 23-19 ball game.
Willard and Ruddy in the backcourt, they're really pressing him. Gets it across the midcourt to Tharp. Clary in the corner with the three, and that's good. Cuts the deficit to 1 point. We needed that.
So Kate Clary hyped after that three, and it's a 1 point game. Van Wagner going to try to answer. He gets a shot up.
That was a really nice spin move there.
Van Wagner, what a beast, man.
Yeah, he is a talented young man. And speaking of Wagner, he almost stole that ball, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay Comet basketball, but we got to take care of that basketball. Those passes are going to get picked off, man. It's not good.
Ruddy inbounds to Willard. We want to thank all our viewers for tuning in to Alton Comet Media. Looks like we have a big crowd out here tonight for senior night. A few fans have left after the ceremony, but as that
I'm not sure how we get a travel when he got fouled, but yeah, that's the call. Did not like that call. He's done a great job tonight, but that was a terrible call.
So they're going to call a travel on Caden Willard, and it's going to be Van Buren basketball. They're up by 3. Van Wagner, he's going to drive. Is he going to make it? He is. So Van Wagner yet again drives up to the rim. And despite being double teamed there, he gets the 2 points. Comets finally getting across the court.
Well, they're really pressing him hard here. Let's see how the Comets handle it offensively. Tharp! Oh my goodness, how is that not a foul? Tharp into Clary. Oh, nice heads up to Tharp. Deflects it over to Clary, and he puts it back in.
So Van Buren only up by 3, and they're going to call a foul there.
There we go, and Cisco, he's pumped up on senior night. We needed that one.
So that foul was on number 1, Elijah Van Wagner. It's going to be his first foul of the game. First team foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs.
Looks like the Bulldogs are pressing again. Doing a great job, though. No, it was not. That is a terrible call.
Wow.
That was a terrible call. They called a backcourt, but for our audience watching on the YouTube, you know that was not a backcourt. But either way, it's a turnover.
If we could, maybe some of our viewers could go back and rewind that. That was not a backcourt, unless he had his foot across. Wow, I do not see how that was a backcourt violation.
From our vantage point, we're almost at half court. It did not look. But either way, we play on. We won't spend too much time on that one. Van Buren playing the Comets tough tonight, and that's a 5-point lead now for Van Buren. We have 5.5 to go here in the first half. Clary trapped over on the side, and he is out of bounds. No, foul. They called a foul. He was pointing at the sideline. I couldn't tell.
It's going to be another foul on Van Wagner. He's going to go take a seat, and Devin DeWolf, another senior for the Bulldogs, is going to come into the game. Willard over to Clary. Clary back to Willard. Willard back to Clary. Clary into Tharp. Tharp gets that blocked by Smith, and it's Van Buren basketball.
Take a charge. Nope.
That shot no good.
Oh, and that's just the tip back in. That's just tough right there for the Comets.
So Nathan Smith gets the rebound and the second chance bucket, and it's a 7-point lead now for the Van Buren Bulldogs. We just have less than 5 minutes left to play.
Clary into Tharp. He pushes it out to Ruddy. Cisco gets the rebound and back up. No good. Tharp, he gets fouled, but there's no call again. He gets it. Number 10, Nathan Smith fouled him, but man, they're just not calling it for some reason.
So it's now back to a 5-point game. Hayes Townsley up. He is blocked. No foul call, and another one, and that's going to be a foul this time. But that was a clean block on the first one, or it may not have been, but maybe it was a makeup call for the lack of fouls being called against Tharp. So Hayes Townsley is going to go to the line to shoot 2. That first one is good. They're up by 6 now. We are about halfway through this first quarter. That second one's good. So 33-26 the score. Bulldogs full court pressing. They finally get it across. Cisco over to Ruddy. Ruddy, Tharp, charged with the foul. And he did have his feet planted, so that.
Yeah, I thought that was the right call there. It was tough for Tharp, but it's the right call.
So Tharp charged with the, or fouled, called with the charge, rather. That would be
It just super soft there. I can't believe it's really going to be tough for the Comets if we can't plug that lane up better. Willard drives out to Tharp. He got hit again, no call. Tharp with the shot, and he gets 2 points.
So the Bulldogs trying to answer here. Nathan Smith up with the shot, no good. He gets his own rebound. They're fighting for it. That's going to be a foul on, looked like that was on Smith. He kind of It should have been on Smith at least. Kind of took it. Corbin Tharp took an elbow to the face. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I saw it, but unfortunately the guys with whistles didn't see it apparently. And Coach, Alton coach is letting him have it. Coach Robbins.
So 3.5 minutes left to play in this first half, and very controversial first half so far.
Refs need to get this game under control. It's a physical game. Both of these teams are very passionate, but they need to get a little better handle on this matchup. It's getting pretty physical.
So a 5-point game. Comet's going to try to answer here. The shot, that one's no good. Willard falls hard to the ground. It's Nathan Smith who's going to take it down. Ruddy tries to strip it, and he does. He gets the steal, and they're fighting for it on the floor. No whistle blown yet. And wow, they are just...
It is getting a little rowdy in here. I'm not sure what they're going to call.
Well, Dad, I think they heard what you said about letting them play, and they sure did.
I think you're right, maybe so.
Maybe a little too much. That was getting rough. I thought I would, this may have been too soon to say, but I thought I was watching the Super Bowl there with them tackling each other.
Ouch, ouch. Don't talk about the Super Bowl, right? It's too soon.
Oh, man. I mean, it depends on what fan you are. I certainly am still a little crushed by that.
I would assume most of our listeners are Chiefs fans living in the Midwest. It is definitely intense in here. Nobody's happy right now. It's Comet basketball, but everybody is just flustered. It is, it is just a game, folks. If you're, we certainly want our Comets to win, but nothing life or death in here.
Should have been a
foul. Willard with the three, and it's a 2-point game now. So nice basket there by Willard. And man, if you're the Comets, you need to just play good defense and rebound, which we're not doing again.
So Hayes Townsley gets the rebound from Hawkins' missed shot. It's 35-31, Bulldogs lead. You got to be careful, Willard. You don't want to get called for a backcourt again. Willard gonna be charged with a foul. I don't really like that call there.
You know, these refs did such a fantastic job the first two games. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened between games 2 and 3, but both directions, they're just, I'm really not sure what's going on here. Very sloppy. On both sides. I'm not just saying against Alton. It's been very bizarre, some of the calls they've made. Van Buren with a 4-point lead, 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Freeze inside to DeWolf. DeWolf no good on the shot. Rebounded by Smith. Smith, the shot. No good, and there's going to be a foul called. And
he's going to get free throws.
That's going to send Nathan Freeze to the charity stripe. 35-31 the score. That foul was called on Caden Willard. I'm sorry, Jacob Ruddy with the foul.
That's his second.
And 14 fouls for the Comets, just under 2 minutes left to play in this second quarter.
It is a very intense atmosphere in this gym this evening. These two teams, they both want to win badly. And one ref I think the refs need to get on the same page because they're over there arguing about which direction it is. This is just absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
So certainly a controversial first half.
They appear to be arguing with each other over which direction. One has called it white ball and one is called black ball. And the one that called black ball apparently won out. So I'm telling you what, I hope at halftime they get their act together because this is very unprofessional. And I'm trying to maintain my professionalism here.
So Van Buren up by 5, 36-31 the score, 1:54 left to play. And despite the very controversial first half, we we are still in a close game. Townsley is going to get charged with the foul, and that'll be Comet basketball.
Cisco, that was an outstanding job drawing the charge by him. Boy, we just keep going back and forth, Ryden.
So Hayes Townsley gets charged with the charge.
He picked up his dribble.
Yep, no call there. They get it across the court to Hollis. Hollis finds somebody. He finds Ruddy. Ruddy to Willard. Willard's going to take it from deep. No good. Rebounded by Van Buren. Takes it down the court. Bryce Hawkins. Easy 2 points, and it's a 7-point ball game. I'm
surprised they didn't get it up court while they had the chance there. Willard had Clary open, but instead he turns around and passes it to Ruddy. Back to Willard. Willard's trapped. He gets over to Ruddy. Into Hollis. Hollis goes up. And they're going to call the charge. I think that was the right call there. 22, I believe it was. Devin Wolf takes the charge. And I know Alton don't like that, but for my eye, I think he made the right call.
So Van Buren takes the ball with 1:14 left to play in this second quarter. 38-31 the score, and there's going to be some discussion down there. Robbins not very happy.
I think there's smiles, though. I think it's all good. The other two refs, I don't know what they're doing.
So I think they're talking about free throws because that is 5 team fouls for the Comets. So he should be shooting free throws if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was only defensive fouls that you get free throws after 5. Is that not? I don't know high school. I'm just going off of collegiate professional. So apparently not. I think it's defensive fouls for the bonus.
Learn something every day.
It is kind of bizarre, though, that the refs didn't know that.
I feel like I'm in a dream right now. This is just a really bizarre game to be watching. It doesn't really feel real.
For sure.
The Comets trying to play some defense here. That shot from Freeze, that one's no good.
Over the back. That's going to be a foul on, who is that? Number 10. Yeah, Kagan Hollis had blocked him out, and he just reached right over him, and he picks up the foul. That's his second.
Nathan Smith gets his second foul of the game. Just under a minute left to play here in the first half. That one's stolen by
Kagan. They got Kagan with a foul there. A little frustration foul, and now they will shoot free throws because that was a defensive foul. Their 6th foul of the half. It's hard to believe there's been 6 fouls, as many non-calls as we've seen.
I actually believe that's the 6th foul of the quarter, actually. That was the 6th foul of the quarter, which is crazy to think.
Yeah.
They reset it after every quarter, so that was 6 fouls on the quarter. I think in the NBA they may do it every half. I'm not really sure, but
no, it's quarter. Misses the first. Devin Wolf, 6-foot senior for Van Buren. And the second one is good, so it's an 8-point game, 47 seconds to go. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a reason. Comets seem to be content passing around in the backcourt instead of getting it across midcourt. I'm sure they've got a plan, though. Willard gets it over to Clary. Clary back to Willard, almost stolen. Willard drives left side, Trantham out to Clary. And Trantham wasn't ready for it, and that's a turnover. And now Van Buren's got a chance to hold for the final shot of the quarter and the half. And I think that's what they're going to do. 18 seconds to go. They're just playing keep away. They got him trapped in the corner. Can they get it away from him? And there's a whistle, and
a timeout called by Coach Black of Van Buren. 10 seconds left, and Coach Black calls a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout, I believe. So this gives both teams a time to calm down a little bit.
It's been an interesting first half, Ryden.
With 10 seconds remaining, and the Comets down by 8. That was only a 30-second timeout. I don't know why I said full minute.
I was trying to figure out why you would take a full in that situation.
It didn't make very much sense. I guess I just misread what the ref was calling for. Anyway, we have a 8-point ball game here. Coach Black took a quick timeout. He just wanted to set some plans for the offense.
10 seconds to go. Van Buren inbounds. He gets it into the corner. They're definitely holding for the final shot here. In the corner, up with the three, and that's no good, but back up and in, and those second chance points are really hurting the Comets. So at the end of the second quarter, it is 41-31 in favor of Van Buren.
So we'll go into halftime and we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Second half of Alt Comet basketball, and we've got a 10-point game here. The Van Buren Bulldogs lead 41-31. And we're getting ready here to start the second half. It's been a very aggressive, very controversial first half, if you will. I mean, there's lots of missed calls and lots of rough playing.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to say the least. You know, we bragged so hard on the refs the first two games. Let's just hope for a clean second half. You know, when things get out of control, unfortunately, sometimes tempers can flare, and we don't want that, right? We want a good, clean basketball game on both sides. So if you're the refs, you're hoping that they can kind of get control, get their arms around this game.
I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty aggressive second half just based on that first half, but we will see. Comet start out with the ball. Caden Willard over to Clary. Clary, he finds Willard. Willard gets it out to Ruddy. Ruddy's going to take a three. That one's tipped a little bit, and it's no good. Rebounded by Hayes Townsley. So the Bulldogs still up by 10. Van Wagner goes up. The shot is good.
Again, too soft. If you're the Comets, if you can't put up some level of effort on the defensive end underneath the basket, it's going to be a long night. It is going to be a tough night.
So the Bulldogs have the biggest lead of the night. Tharp over to Willard. Willard takes a three, but there's going to be a foul called. So the shot does not count. He would have made that.
Yeah, I think that was on number 1, or no, number 10, his third foul. So Nathan Smith.
Yep, Nathan Smith.
He's going to take his seat. And Devin Wolf checks back in. Into Corbin Tharp. Up with the left hand. No good, but Ruddy with the rebound. Out to Cisco. Cisco over in the corner to Willard. Willard, and that's good. 3 more points for Caden Willard.
I think that Corbin Tharp might have traveled there on that last play. That one's knocked out of bounds by Devin DeWolf.
Yeah, he jumped, and then he didn't go up with a shot, right?
Yeah, he did kind of a slide, too. I feel like it was weird, but I could hear the Van Buren parents yelling for a walk, and I agree.
Willard into Cisco from Clary, out in the corner to Ruddy. The other side with 3-point, no good. And nobody back for the Comets. Just can't have that. Coach has got to be losing his mind over there. You got 2 Bulldogs and no Comets.
So Bryce Hawkins limps a little bit down back to the end of the court. That one's
bad pass there.
Deflected by Van Wagner. It's going to be Bulldog basketball. Townsley takes a mid-range jumper. That one's no good. Rebounded by Kate Clary. And it was stolen by Hayes Townsley. Townsley is going to protect that basketball, and they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to be Bulldog basketball.
So far, the Bulldogs are just playing with more intensity than the Comets. We're being outmatched effort-wise here in the start of the third quarter.
Hawkins inbounds to Van Wagner. Townsley to Van Wagner. Van Wagner over to Bryce Hawkins. Gets it over to Freeze. Freeze no good on the three. Rebounded by Corbin Tharp.
Cisco out to Willard with the deep three, and that's no good, but Cisco gets the rebound. Back to Clary to Tharp. Tharp out to Clary. Clary with a jump shot. No good. And Willard steals it away, comes from behind him. Oh, with a shot, and good. That's a nice hustle play. That's the type of intensity that we are going to have to play with. We're going to get back into this thing, Ryden.
So Bryce Hawkins gets it to Van Wagner. DeWolf, and it's good.
Tharp had no choice there. He had 2 defenders he was trying to guard and decided to let him have the three because the alternative was to give him an easy layup. So
Devin DeWolf with the 3 points. It's a 12-point lead for the Bulldogs.
And Tharp can't control the ball, and I think he may have twisted his ankle there. So Kagan Hollis is going to check back in for Corbin Tharp. That is not good for the Comets. That is, I mean, obviously you hate to see somebody get hurt, but he is going to be a key piece for the Comets if they're going to crawl their way back into this thing, because they need somebody with some size. And he has that size, but he'll take a seat. We'll see what we can do. Maybe tape that ankle up. We'll have to see how bad that injury is. But Kagan Hollis, he's checked in for him.
Freeze gets that. He's going to draw a foul. That's going to be a foul on Caden Willard. And that's going to be Willard's second foul of the game. So Townsley going to inbound for the Bulldogs. Van Wagner, the shot, and it's good. Elijah Van Wagner with 2 points. It's 50-36. A 14-point lead for Van Buren.
They've got some size on our guys. They've got some pretty big
Willard
players.
takes a three, no good. Rebounded by the Comets. Clary with the rebound. He's going to take a three. That one's no good. Rebounded by DeWolf.
They had 2 players with the ball, and they didn't call a travel. Instead, they call a foul on the Comets, I believe.
That'll be a foul on Jacob Ruddy. It's going to be his third. With Corbin Tharp out, you're really running out of options. We can't have Ruddy foul out. Freeze takes a three, and that one's good. Carter Freeze with 3 points. It's 53-36, the score now. And we have a 17-point ball game as the
Coach Robbins wants a timeout. He wants to talk this one over. We're halfway through the third quarter, and you can kind of feel the game slipping away from the Comets. It's going to be a full timeout, too. Let's see what they can work up. Not sure what the status is of Tharp over there on that sideline. I can't really see from here. Not sure if they're taping some ankles or...
I see one of the coaches taping the ankle of Corbin Tharp, so...
We're going to need him if we're going to get back in this thing.
So Corbin Tharp is questionable to return to this game, and with Jacob Ruddy with 3 fouls, and we're just halfway through this third quarter, the Comets are in a tough position, and they're down by 17, so Van Buren, if you're Van Buren, you're definitely liking your odds of winning this game, but there is still much more ball game left to play.
For sure. Yeah, the Comets have some time, but boy, they're going to have to do an about face because they've been sloppy, weak on the defensive end, turning the ball over a lot. It's not been pretty for the Comets here in the second half. All right, so Comets break the huddle. Willard, Trantham, Hollis, Clary, Ruddy, Cisco. Okay, I was going to say that's 6, so Trantham's going to take a seat. They had 6 Comets out there. So Comets got their 5 now. Clary back to Willard. Willard sets up the offense here. Hollis trying to set a screen for him. Instead goes over to Clary. Clary's trapped in the corner, back to Willard. Willard over to Ruddy. Ruddy, oh, and he throws the ball away. I think he's trying to get into Cisco.
Hawkins gets the 2 points.
Again, they're just layups. I mean, they're just letting them walk right in there and get the high percentage shot. So that's frustrating.
So a 19-point lead for the Van Buren Bulldogs. Just
Hollis,
under 4 minutes.
Nice screen there by Hollis. Willard across court to Ruddy. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Back out to Clary, who I thought traveled, but they didn't call it. Ruddy. He goes over to Willard. Willard's going to try a 3. That's no good. Oh, and almost a rebound. Nice effort there by Clary. And speaking of travel, out of bounds is the call. He traveled beforehand, but they got the out of bounds. So
Carter Freeze is the last one with the ball out of bounds.
Now Trantham back in. Yeah, it was, but either way, Trantham's into the game as Kagan Hollis is going to take a seat. Good to see some of these seniors getting some playing time this evening here on senior night. Clary has it. He gets it up to the top of the key to Cisco, over in the corner to Willard. Willard trying to see what he can get done here. Dribbles between his legs, over in the corner, Trantham. Out to Ruddy, over to Cisco. Cisco's going to take the 3, not off target. And Van Buren gets the rebound. That was Van Wagner. And boy, again, just too easy. They're just too big, too strong, too good. We're not really able to block them out in the post area. So
Van Wagner with 2 points. He gets it up by 21. Trantham over to Willard. Willard to Cisco. Cisco back to Willard. Willard's gonna travel.
Yeah, he traveled there.
That was a fair call.
Yep.
So Corbin Tharp is walking up and down the side of the bench, and he is going to check in. It looks like for the Comets. Yes. So Corbin Tharp's waiting to check in. So great to see him.
You just gotta wonder if it's too little, too late. As they're just tearing our defenders to shreds here. I mean, it's not even a contest, unfortunately.
Jaron Holzapple is also going to come into this game.
They're literally just doing layups here on our guys.
So a 23-point lead. Clary takes a a mid-range two, no good. Rebounded by Townsley. Townsley to Hawkins. Hawkins drives up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Townsley. Townsley's going to take a shot. That one's no good. Rebounded by Caden Willard. Caden Willard going to be fouled by Bryce Hawkins. And I believe that'll be Hawkins' first foul.
Tharp's coming in, and who's number 25?
Jaron Holzapple.
Jaron Holzapple, all right.
So Jaron Holzapple will be in the game. He only gets to play 2 quarters because of him playing the KV.
Well, we need some threes, and I know he can make some threes, so maybe that's what coach is thinking here. We need some offense. It has been anemic here in the second half.
So Clary's with it to Cisco. Cisco over to Holzapple, and that one's stolen by Van Buren. Freeze taking it down the court over to Hawkins. Hawkins is good with the 2 points, and it's going to be another 2 points for the Bulldogs.
Again, just easy, high percentage layups there. It's very frustrating. We're just being dominated tonight by Van Buren.
So a timeout called by Coach Robbins, and it's a 25-point game. The Alton Comets are really falling behind to these Van Buren Bulldogs, and as we expected, I was honestly kind of surprised of how close the game was in that first half. I mean, there for a little bit, we were tied and just going back and forth. Even that first quarter, I would say the first quarter was probably the most fun quarter of the game so far.
Yeah, the Comets kept it close in the first half, but man, Van Buren, no disrespect to our boys, Van Buren clearly the better team. And they've really pulled away with it here in the second half.
So we're going to see what happens here as the Comets are down by 25 with a minute and a half left to play in this third quarter. And Van Buren just going to try to shut them down and seal the deal. So 1:24 left to play in this third quarter. 61-36. Van Buren up ahead. Jaden Cisco is going to take it in for the Comets. Willard takes it across midcourt. Willard setting up his offense. He finds Holzapple. Holzapple back to Willard. Over to Clary. Clary gets it over to Willard. Back into Cisco. Cisco over to Clary. Willard gets that stolen by Van Wagner. Van Wagner takes it down the court. The shot.
Oh, he tried to dunk it, but he got stuffed by the rim.
So no good on the dunk attempt, but 2 points still for Van Buren, and it's a 27-point lead. The biggest lead of the night for the Bulldogs. Clary. Holzapple open. Holzapple takes a three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Holzapple into Cisco. And Cisco with the 2 points. Talk about Holzapple getting the rebound and the assist. Not part of the apple, not half the apple, but the whole apple. And there is a missed three by Freeze.
It's a 25-point game here. Final seconds of the third quarter. Van Buren likely holding for the last shot, and up and one. So the hoop and the harm, they're going to get the shot and a foul free throw here. Just adding insult to injury. It's just not been a good night for our boys. They are on their way to their 15th loss of the season, just 7 wins so far. It's been a tough season for our boys.
Corbin Tharp with his 3rd foul. Hayes Townsley at the charity stripe. Going to try to make it a 3-point play. He does, and it's 7.8 seconds left to play in this 3rd quarter. 28-point lead for the Bulldogs. Clary's going to take a deep 3, and he knocks it in at the buzzer. So Kate Clary with a buzzer 3, and it's a...
Not sure. Okay, they fixed it. I was saying they gave the 30 points to Van Buren. Sorry, Ryan, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think they're just so used to Van Buren scoring right now that they...
Yeah, no, it's tough. We're down by 25 headed into the 4th quarter. Comets just haven't been able to get anything going here. They've made some shots, but man, I tell you what, they're getting beat up on the defensive end. They are just walking all over our defense, layup after layup.
Listening to the mood of the cheerleaders, you can tell it's kind of a somber mood, knowing that there's no way in the world that they're coming back from this one. It's kind of just waiting until we can hit the clock hit 0. But
it was like watching the second half of the Super Bowl Sunday, huh? You kind of knew what was going to happen. It was just inevitable.
Ooh, hit me right in the heart there.
I know.
Hit me right in the heart on that one.
Sorry for all of our Chiefs fans out there.
Ooh,
I'm right there with you.
Man. So they break the huddle, and they're getting ready to start this 4th quarter. 66-41.
I will have to give the refs credit. I know we kind of beat up on them in the first half. They've done a better job in this second half. I feel like they've kind of got the game back under control. I mean, the game's out of control, but from a score perspective, but it's definitely been a little bit more fair on the calls.
Yeah, definitely a very interesting first half. Like, the first 2 games, they were pretty good, and then the first half of this one, it was just rough. Ruddy gets it over to Clary, he finds Willard. Willard's going to go out to Cisco to Ruddy. Ruddy's going to take a 3. That one's no good. Rebounded by Elijah Van Wagner. Freeze going to go up the shot. That one's no good. There's no travel call. And it's rebounded by Jacob Ruddy. Ruddy going to take a shot. That one's no good, and it's rebounded by Hayes Townsley. So Van Buren's going to take it back down the court. Van Wagner, 2 more points.
Very talented young man. Van Wagner, he has been all over the place tonight. Offensively and defensively. Tharp, he spins, and he's double teamed. No good. And he just over the back. Yeah, that's clearly a foul on Corbin Tharp there. Probably a little frustrated at this point in the game.
So a 27-point lead now for the Bulldogs. And they're just trying to hit that 30, and we can have the turbo clock.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of hoping that he hit the turbo clock, because this has just been a painful second half.
Things definitely haven't gone the varsity boys' way tonight. It was good to see our girls get a victory tonight. Our JV boys played well, but unfortunately, we're ending the night on a sour note here. Willard. Oh, and he goes up with a shot, and he gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. So I just see that 24 has 4 fouls riding. Is that Corbin Tharp? Is that our 24? It is? All right.
Yep.
So 4 fouls for him. Well, that's when you know we're having a rough night, when Willard misses a free throw. He's usually automatic.
And Corbin Tharp limps back to the bench, and yeah, it's been a rough night for Corbin Tharp. He's been hurt, and he's had a lot of calls not go his way, and
he started out the game though strong.
I feel like he's been playing good. He just, man, his luck has not been in his favor.
I would agree. Oh, and he just traveled, but
that was stolen by Willard. Willard's going to take a shot, and it's good, and 1.
Boy, I tell you what, they're very physical.
Devin DeWolf with the foul. That's going to be second foul for DeWolf. He's going to go take a seat, and Carter Freeze will come back in the ballgame.
Willard with the free throw. Oh, and Van Wagner again. Man, I tell you what, he is just dominant tonight.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Comets that was the first points of the, actually no, they've only had 3 points in this first quarter so far, so. Still
It's
only
been
2
rough.
minutes in, but only 3 points in this quarter for the Comets.
Willard back out to Clary. Clary thought about it and set over to Ruddy. Ruddy goes baseline and up. No good, and he fouls Van Buren. He fouled Bryce Hawkins, so Ruddy gets the frustration foul there. Comets playing for pride and dignity at this point. They're down by 25. It's trying to keep. They're probably trying to keep from getting that turbo clock right. And I know you're kind of rooting for it just to put them out of their misery. But speaking of that, 3 points there for Carter Freeze, I believe, was who shot that one, number 3. So it's at 28.
Cisco over to Willard. Willard trying to find somebody. He finds Hollis. Hollis here to take it up. The shot is no good. Rebounded by Freeze. Freeze gets it.
Oh, nice job by Willard there. Hollis is going to take the jump shot. No good. Oh, I thought Ruddy got away with a push there, and he gets 2 points. He might have got away with that left elbow right in, but 26-point game, I guess they're not too concerned at this point.
Freeze into Van Wagner. Van Wagner is going to get charged.
Nice job by Kagan Hollis to draw the charge there. That's a fantastic play for the senior.
So a charge called on Elijah Van Wagner. That's going to be his 3rd foul of this game. He's going to take a seat, and it'll be.
That's probably it for him tonight.
I would probably say so, yep. Hollis, no charge call.
No, I thought he just flopped. I thought it was a good no call, honestly.
Wow, whoa.
That was a nice.
Whoa.
That was nice. I see what they were trying to do there.
Okay.
Throw it off the backboard, trying to.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go back tonight and watch that. 4 minutes left, around 4:20 left. That was awesome. Great job by those 3 guys.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate some good basketball, even if it's your opponents doing it right. I mean, you gotta just appreciate
that
the
was
talent.
a 3rd time's a charm kind of play. That was no good by Ruddy, and they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to be Van Buren basketball.
A little under 4 minutes to go. And that's going to put it at the 29-point game. Boy, they're just not letting up, Ryden.
No, it's just pedal to the metal. That's how Coach Black coaches his teams. He wants the pedal to the metal.
We've still got most of our starters out there, not that you could really tell.
So just 1 point shy from the turbo clock, and I know I sound like a really bad Alton fan by rooting for the turbo clock, but this game is just ugly, and we need to get this thing wrapped up. Hawkins over to Freeze. Freeze is good with the 3. That was kind of a.
That's been the kind of night it's been for Van Buren, right? I'm not sure he called that one off the glass.
Called glass, yeah.
I don't think he did, but you know what? When everything's going for you, and Trantham's back out there, that kind of surprised me. I know he's been injured, but it is his final. It is senior night, and he's a senior, so I guess that makes sense, despite the injury.
So 81-51. Hayes Townsley, no good on the 3, rebounded by Cole Trantham.
Willard
takes the shot, is no good, and no foul called.
I thought that went out of bounds. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me.
It looked like it did, but I think Willard might have saved it. I can't really tell.
When you're down by 32, I don't guess it really matters, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired. I'm just not paying attention.
Well,
Andrew Trantham, the shot from mid-range, no good.
Got to give Van Buren, Coach Black, and his boys credit. They've just outplayed us on both ends of the floor tonight. So, congratulations to them. As hard as it is, if you're a Comet fan, and we certainly are, we got to give credit where credit's due. And Van Buren has definitely earned this victory tonight.
The Wolf, good on the 2 points, and that extends the lead to 34. Biggest lead of the night for the Van Buren Bulldogs. Trantham, no good on the 3, rebounded, and wow, Hollis slammed Smith into the ground.
Actually, I didn't see it that way, Ryan. They were both fighting for the ball, and number 10 just, he hit the deck, but it was a clean play. If you go back and watch the video, I really, really do think there was just two boys fighting over a basketball.
Well, it looked kind of like a WWE play. It was kind of cool. Cisco will take the seat here on senior night. Definitely an emotional night for these seniors. It's, you know, I understand how it feels. You know, your last year out on the court or on the course or whatever it may be, you definitely take it to heart. You definitely put your 110% effort in for your senior year, and I know these guys have been working hard, and it's certainly great to watch them and appreciate their hard work and them going back out on the court to do it one last time.
Wagner almost traveled there, but not that it really matters at this point in the game.
There's going to be a timeout called by Van Buren, I believe. I don't know why you'd call a timeout when you're up 34, but that's how Coach Black rolls.
Yeah, he does. Just delaying the inevitable here for Comets.
So now we're just waiting on the official final score, but it is clear that your Van Buren Bulldogs will move to 15-7. Their record, the number 2 seed in the Class 2 District 2 tournament, and the Alton Comets will be 7-15.
Now I see some new faces on the floor for Van Buren, so perhaps they were calling a timeout to kind of get in their second or third string. Good play there. That was Eric Ortega. A good hustle play there, and that's going to do it for our seniors. So Trantham, and Hollis. I guess that's one benefit of getting blown out. You can kind of take your seniors out, give them a chance to be recognized one last time here on senior night. Definitely an emotional evening for those guys and gals.
Well, as we wrap this game up, we appreciate all our viewers who tuned in tonight on senior night. Don't forget our next matchup will be Monday. The girls play East Carter at home. That'll be a very good matchup. We know previous years, East Carter has always been a big rival, and that's going to do it here, folks. 87-51, the final score. The Bulldogs will hold it. We thank you all for tuning in to Alton Comet Media. Hope you guys have a safe weekend, and we'll see you Monday.